We've just seen a major milestone in the world of unmanned aerial combat. We're about to find out what happens when you give a stealthy, jet-powered drone the senses of a cutting-edge fighter jet. This isn't science fiction. This is the evolution of air power happening right before our eyes.
So what does happen? Well, this is way more than just a technical upgrade. It's a fundamental change in what an unmanned aircraft is capable of on the battlefield. You know, it's the difference between being a simple tool and becoming a true hunter.
To really wrap our heads around how significant this is, we've got to start with the platform itself. So let's meet the Bayraktar Kizilelma.
Now, Kizilelma, which means red apple, by the way, is the absolute centerpiece of Turkey's whole combat unmanned aircraft system program. And you gotta understand, this thing was designed from the ground up to be a real unmanned fighter, not just some surveillance drone that they decided to strap missiles onto later. Let's just run through the numbers for a second, because they are impressive. We are talking about an 8.5-ton aircraft that can carry 1.5 tons of payload. It can zip along at nearly the speed of sound, Mach 0.9, and fly way up at 45,000 feet. These specs alone put it in a really high-performance category, right up there with some manned light attack jets, and in the same class as other advanced combat drones like Russia's S-70 Okhotnik. But you know, the raw numbers don't even tell the whole story. Its design is all about high maneuverability, for actual air-to-air combat. It's got a low observable, stealthy profile, and crucially, this part is huge. It's built to operate from short-deck aircraft carriers. I mean, just think about the operational flexibility that gives you right there. But look, a powerful airframe is only as good as its senses, right? A fighter can't fight what it can't see. And this is where the integration of ASELSAN's new sensor suite, the MURAD radar and the TOYGUN targeting system, becomes an absolute game changer. So the heart of this new setup is its AESA radar. Now, unlike older radars that have to physically swivel a dish around to scan the sky, AESA radars steer their beams electronically. What does that mean? It means they are lightning fast. They can track tons of targets at once, switch between air and ground modes in an instant, and they are incredibly difficult for an enemy to jam. It is the gold standard for any modern fighter jet, period.
In the MURAD 100 AEA they've put in here, it's a beast. It gives Kizilelma the ability to guide missiles to targets far beyond visual range, making it a lethal threat from a huge distance. It uses some really advanced gallium nitride or GaN technology, which basically just lets it pack more power and efficiency into a smaller space. Plus, its digital beamforming lets it target with incredible precision, even when an enemy is trying to jam it.
But here's the kicker. The MURAD radar didn't fly by itself on this test. No. For the first time, Kizilelma flew with the complete sensor package, giving it both radar and electro-optical targeting capabilities all at once. Working right alongside that powerful radar is the TOYGUN Electro-Optical system. The best way to think about this is like the drone's super-powered telescopic eye. We're talking high-resolution infrared imaging, a laser that can paint a target from 35 kilometers away, and smart software that automatically finds and tracks those targets. The teamwork is pretty simple but incredibly deadly. The radar finds the threat, and TOYGUN puts the crosshairs right on it. Okay, let's take a step back. So we have a fast, stealthy, carrier-capable drone that is now equipped with sensors on par with a modern fighter jet. So what? Why does this matter so much? Well, let's dig into the strategic impact here. The key takeaway, the number one thing to understand, is self-sufficiency. For decades, if a country wanted this kind of high-end military technology, they had to go buy it from one of a tiny handful of global powers. This successful integration marks a huge step for Turkey in developing its entire defense ecosystem right there, in-house. And the benefits of that are just crystal clear. It means less reliance on foreign suppliers, which strengthens your own national security. It boosts your strategic deterrence. And, of course, it positions Turkey as a major player in the global market for these advanced drones. See, it's not just about building one drone. It's about building sovereign capability. Now, as important as this test flight was, it's definitely not the end of the road. It's really a critical milestone on a much, much longer roadmap. So, what should we be watching for next? Well, it turns out that all this amazing technology being proven on the Kizilelma is directly feeding into an even more ambitious project, Turkey's first indigenous manned fighter jet, the MMU KAAN. And when you see that, the whole development strategy just clicks into place. First, you develop the cutting-edge sensors. Second, you put them on a high-performance unmanned platform like Kizilelma to test them, mature them, and work out all the kinks. And finally, you take that evolved, battle-ready technology and you deploy it on your flagship manned fighter. It's a really smart way to de-risk and accelerate the development of your entire next-generation Air Force.
So this all leaves us with a pretty fascinating question for the future of air combat, doesn't it? When the unmanned drone flying alongside a pilot has the same, or maybe even better, senses, the very definition of air superiority starts to change. It opens the door for brand new tactics, new doctrines, a whole new era of combined air operations. The hunter has new eyes, and the sky is never ever going to be the same.